What's up, guys? This is part two of the um, WWE Extreme Rules 2016 pay-per-view review. And without further ado, let's get started. So, um, the next match that was on this card that I have not spoke about yet was the Divas Championship match. You had Charlotte versus Natalya for the Divas Championship. Now, for this match, I just want to say that I was slightly very disappointed, actually, because this is getting ridiculous to me. This is really starting to get ridiculous. You know, first they ban Ric Flair from ringside. First they ban him from ringside. First they say he can't come, or if he does interfere, Charlotte will lose her title. And all of a sudden, this girl named Donna Brooks just comes out of nowhere, pretends to be Ric Flair, distracts Natalya, and Natalya still loses. You begin to wonder how long are they going to keep Charlotte as champion? You also begin to wonder if Charlotte could actually retain her title on her own. Because one of the things that is really getting on my nerves is the fact that every time she's beaten Natalya, every time she's retained her title, it's been the same way. You know, at first, when Nikki was champion, I was tired of her being champion. I was tired of seeing her as champion. But now, I'm tired of seeing Charlotte as champion. In my opinion, her title should have been taken a longer time ago. In fact, I even now was rooting for Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 32 to take it from her. And it's just absolutely ridiculous of how they're doing this booking with Charlotte. Because you went from their match at Payback where they stopped, where they rung the bell when Natalya didn't even tap out, just to try to create another screw job, like how Bret Hart was screwed, which that actually was something that was real. This was more scripted. And then they mess around. The next time they wrestle again at Extreme Rules, next thing you know, this girl Donna Brooks comes and interferes in the match. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. How much more are you going to do? You know, I was rooting for Natalya. I wanted Natalya to beat Charlotte. Because Natalya has not been champion since about 2010. That was the last time she was Divas champion. It's been a very long time since Natalya has been Divas champion, and she deserves it. But every time you turn around, she's getting screwed over. Just about every person that Charlotte has won against has been getting screwed over for the most part. And you begin to wonder, when is she going to lose that title? Because I just find it absolutely ridiculous that they needed to get her involved just for her to retain. I didn't like that ending. This is one, you talk about endings I didn't like. This was one of the endings that I did not like. I did not like this ending at all. I did not like how they ended this match, having Charlotte retain. Because I knew it was coming. I knew something was going to happen. Even without Ric Flair, I just knew something was going to happen for her to retain the title. And, you know, the question is, what's next? Are they going to continue this rivalry between her and Natalya? Or are they going to have Natalya now rival with this girl, Donna Brooks, and have a big thing going on with her? You begin to wonder what they're going to do now, you know, since she already has faced Charlotte actually 3 times already. First was Roadblock. She lost that time. Then she lost again at Payback from getting screwed over. Now she lost again at Extreme Rules. So it's only for so much. There's only for so many times you can keep having these two face each other. So you begin to wonder how much longer are these two going to actually keep facing each other. Because it's getting to the point where they're going to have to get someone else out there to take this title from Charlotte. And I won't even care if they eventually call Bayley to the main roster, which they probably won't do that, but call her to the main roster and get her to take it from her. I mean, she was a long-time NXT champion. So, you know, NXT Women's Champion. So you got to wonder what's next. What's the next route that WWE is going to take for this match? You got to wonder what they're going to continue to do. You know, the match, like I said, the match if it was just a clean match, if it had just been done with just them two, I would accept it a lot more. But then the fact that that happened, I don't understand why he did that. It was no point in him doing that. That's the part that blew me. So then you go to the main event. You got Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this match was absolutely crazy. It was a lot of bumps, a lot of crazy stuff that took place in this match. I'm going to just put it like this. Only thing I didn't understand was why particularly they needed the Bullet Club to interfere, why particularly they needed the Usos to interfere. I would have liked it a lot better had these two guys just beat the living heck out of each other individually without interference, without these two getting involved. Because this is the same thing that happened at Payback. Basically, it was just more aggressive, more tension, more vibe in this match. Because this match was just all over the place. AJ Styles took it to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns in some sorts used his strength to his advantage. So Roman Reigns had played a good part in this match as well. But AJ Styles, he gave it everything he could. Now, one of the things I really am beginning to question after watching this match is, what's next for AJ Styles? Or is he going to continue to be with the Bullet Club? What's the Bullet Club going to do? Because one of the things I didn't like about this whole rivalry in the first place is, what was the point of the Bullet Club helping AJ Styles if he wasn't going to win the title? That's my thing, They did all this trying to help AJ Styles, and he still didn't win it. That's the thing I don't understand. It was no point in them doing that if they knew they were just going to have Roman Reigns retained. That's the thing that blew me. Because it's kind of like, you got all this help and you still can't win. I mean, they literally went for their finisher on Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns still kicked out. Then the Usos tried to help Roman Reigns, and then AJ Styles kicks out. Now, I am glad that he finally got his finisher involved, because at Payback, last time I checked, he didn't really get to get his finisher. So, this was a good match. It was a lot of intensity in this match, a lot of craziness, there was a lot of bumps in this match. I just don't like the fact that they basically try to do the same thing they did at Payback. Roman Reigns ends up retaining the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That right there was already expected. I already expected him to retain it. One question is now, with AJ Styles only having one pay-per-view win in the WWE, which is when he beat Chris Jericho at Fastlane, which wasn't one of the best matches, because there was a bit of botches in that match, and but AJ Styles performed very well. The question is, what's next for AJ Styles? Are they going to move him to the mid-card picture? Are they going to move him for the IC title picture? Are they going to move him to the United States title picture? It's just a question of what they're going to do next with AJ Styles, because he's too big of a star to just be pushed into, a low status so quickly. And at this point, they're definitely moving on from this AJ Styles Roman Reigns thing, and I'm actually glad they're doing it, because I'm sick and tired of seeing the same freaking thing every week with the Bullet Club and Usos against each other, or all four of them in a tag team match against each other. I'm just tired of seeing that. So it's good that they're getting rid of that, and that they're moving on to having them now set their sights on something else. I found it weird in the first place of them even having the Bullet Club help AJ Styles if it wasn't even going to benefit AJ Styles, and then the same results was going to happen. So like I said, the match was good to me. It was a really crazy main event. Most of the stuff that happened, I expected it to happen. AJ Styles had an incredible performance. This was one of AJ Styles' best performances in this match. Roman Reigns played a big part in this match as well. And then out of nowhere, Seth Rollins returns. Now everybody has set their sights on Seth Rollins. Now, I personally think that this could be good in the future. Now the question is how they're gonna build this rivalry between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. He's back. He's obviously coming for the WWE's World Heavyweight Championship that he never lost. So this was very interesting. When Seth Rollins came, I was pretty surprised when I first saw him pop up. I did not expect Seth Rollins to come, but as long as that rivalry's over, I'm happy. So let's see how WWE moves forward with this Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns thing, and hopefully we get some good results out of it. Now, let's not forget, it was Night of Champions 2014 that something happened to Roman Reigns to prevent him from facing Seth Rollins in that match they were supposed to have way back then. Over a year later, Seth Rollins get injured right before Survivor Series for Roman Reigns to face Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, in which I find ironic that both years they were supposed to face each other, both guys got hurt. First it was Roman Reigns 2014, then a year later it was Seth Rollins, only that time for a championship, in which Roman Reigns was booked to beat Seth Rollins in Survivor Series. So maybe that's a sign that maybe these two guys, maybe they're not meant to wrestle each other in a singles match. I mean, because Seth Rollins have done it plenty of times with Dean Ambrose, and they've had some classic matches against each other. So the question is, with Roman Reigns being the powerhouse, and with Seth Rollins being the architect and the guy who can put high flying into the match, the question is, how's the match going to actually turn out? And the question is, can the WWE book it in the right direction? So that's all I got to say about my WWE Extreme Rules 2016 pay-per-view review. I hope you guys like this video. This is the second part. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do that. Better alone, please make sure you watch this video. I am not posting these videos for nothing. Please make sure you do that. Please make sure you subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys another time. Peace. Make sure you put a thumbs up as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.